Hi, this is Simon with Brimstone Fire Protection. I'm here with the owner and founder of MediSafe, Barend. We're going to be showing off these lithium-ion battery fire masks that he has developed. Where did the inspiration for this product come from?
Well, actually, I own my own safety company. We manufacture a lot of safety products, first aid products, of course. And due to that, we have a lot of contacts with companies that supply lithium-ion fire blankets, lithium-ion fire extinguishers. But in the end, when I saw all of that, I was asking myself one simple question. Who's going to use that fire extinguisher? Who's going to use that fire blanket without protecting themselves?
Right.
Because the fumes and the gases released by the lithium-ion battery are deadly.
Right. A lot of people responding aren't going to be firefighters who have a SCBA at hand.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they do. They have professional fire equipment, professional breathing protection, professional clothing, and the most occupational helpers, first responders, working in companies that work with lithium-ion batteries. They just have a good education, but not always the good equipment. And that was one of the most important motivations for me to start looking for a good product that helps to protect these people that are exposed in the first 15 minutes of an incident.
Absolutely.
And that's why I developed the LFIM.
Absolutely. So what's a good situation for people to use your masks?
Well, actually, it's a challenge for all occupational helpers. You never know exactly what kind of situation you will be exposed to. But the moment you receive a call or a colleague comes to you, hey, we see smoke at the lithium-ion battery charging station. That is the moment you say, hey, I grab my gear, it's a bag or a blanket. I take the mask or the kit and I go there. Before you can enter, you use the mask, you put the mask on, you get your gear ready, you do the door entry procedure. At the moment you see you can still enter and try to extinguish with a blanket or contain the incident, you can do that.
Right.
If the fire is too big or the smoke is too thick, just don't go in. Just call the emergency response services and make sure your colleagues are evacuated.
Right. So is there a time when people would be using these masks when they're not necessarily responding to the fire?
Yes, of course. The mask protects an occupational helper, but can also be used for evacuees when the fire is too big or the incident is uncontrollable and you can't use your equipment anymore in combination with LFIM. Then you can also use it to protect yourself, or if you have colleagues that are short of breath or injured, that you put this mask on and you bring them to a safe area.
Right.
Yeah.
And this can give you a safer way out when you might not have one had you not had the mask.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. It's of course only for 15 minutes to use. That has everything to do with the unknown quantities of chemicals you're exposed to. But this kind of mask in particular, the filters, covers the highest risk that we have tested during several tests at university and testing institute.
So has your mask been tested up against regulatory safety standards?
Yes, of course. We're talking about a breathing protection equipment. And this is not a time to play. Breathing protection can save your life, but if it's not approved, it could be a danger for life and health.
False security.
So, exactly,
Right.
exactly. So this mask, which is developed originally in Europe, it has the EN certifications for the mask itself, for impact and heat protection, and for the filters the filter cartridges,
Right.
that they comply to the regulation in Europe. Of course, when we start negotiate with Brimstone to supply a similar mask for America, we needed to comply to the ANSI and NIOS regulations. So what we did, we went back to the factory that assists us with the manufacturing of the filters and with the mask. And we asked them if it was possible to create a similar mask with the correct regulations for the United States of America. And that became the NIOSH standard for the all vapors and gases filter combined with a P100. And it became the mask we have over here that is not only approved by ANSI for as a full face, full respirator with a certified equipment list registration, but also with a Z87.1 approval for impact protection.
So what's the best practice to get a good seal with these masks?
Well, Simon, that is really important, because if you have yourself a breathing protection equipment that doesn't fit well or you have leakage, you're still exposed to the dangers. With the certification of the mask according ANSI, ANSI also launched a couple of years ago a standard face fit list, particular for the United States of America. This mask complies to the medium to large size, which is the average of men and female in the United States have. So that's the first step. Second step is because you are an occupational helper and you know you are exposed to the risk of lithium-ion fires and the gases, it is important that you have always a good shaved face, because the better and the smoother the face, the better the seal works. Right. And of course, we have the negative pressure test. When you put on the mask, always close the filters, right. Suck in, feel if you have leakage around the seal. If you have no leakage, it's perfect, you can use it. If you feel leakage, just take it a little bit loose, reposition it, and tighten it up again.
Yep, okay. So whenever we have our hands on the filters like this, we're inhaling and making sure that it's wrapping around our face and there's no leakage around the seal.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So Barend, how long do these masks keep their integrity, or the filters, how long do they keep their integrity during an event? And I mean, what's the shelf life of these things when they are vacuum sealed?
Well, Simon, that's always a challenge, but like in Europe, like in the United States, both certifications have a maximum of 5 years on the filters. That is from the moment it's manufactured. That's not the moment we produce. Normally we produce an LFIM in the period of 4 years, 10 months till 5 years. It's somewhere in between. Okay. We get products straight from the factory. It's stored in our warehouse, and then it goes into our assembly area. That means the 5 years is generally, it is supplied with a 4 year, 4 years, and 10 till 6 months. That is the average expiration date it's supplied with.
When it's vacuum sealed? When it's vacuum sealed,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Further, the filters over here, they have a similar shell life. But it depends just when it comes in and that we manufacture it.
How long do the filters keep their integrity during a event?
The integrity of a filter is completely depending on what kind of chemicals and how long you're exposed to it. With the development of LFIM, we did several tests at the university and also in a test institute to see what kind of chemicals you are exposed to in a lithium-ion incident. And the main dangerous chemicals we saw there was hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, and lithium hydroxide, combined with some VOCs. And
what are VOCs?
Soot. VOCs are volatile organic compounds, normally in very small quantities, but on a long-term exposure, it will give you definitely health issues.
Okay.
So the VOCs is a wide range of organic compounds that it's difficult to measure or specific to a point that is that product, but you measure it with a gas detector, and then you know, okay, we have this amount of VOCs we need to protect against.
So with all those main chemicals going on, how long do you recommend people wear these in an event like that?
Well, we, for the calculation and the development and the testing of the LFIM itself, we figured out that with the concentrations you're exposed to, the maximum time of 15 minutes is how you can use it.
Okay.
Never use it longer, because we can't guarantee that the filter still protects you against the chemicals you're still exposed to.
Right.
On the other hand, emergency services should be on location within this 15 minutes.
Right.
Even faster, hopefully.
Ideally.
Yeah.
So Baron, once somebody opens these products and uses them during a lithium-ion event, what should you do with the mask once it's over?
Well, if it is indeed used in a lithium-ion incident, we strongly advise to discard it by small chemical waste. The mask and your body and your clothing is during that incident exposed to several chemicals and particles. And these chemicals are contaminating your clothing. They are acidic or they are alkalic, as particularly lithium hydroxide is alkalic. It's a particle. So we strongly advise to discard the mask and replace it. There's only the situation, and that happens unfortunately frequent, that people are curious. They want to open up the mask to see what they bought.
Right.
That breaks the seal of the expiration date. In that case, we can always advise or offer the refurbishment service that the customer send back the mask. Hey, the seal is broken. We're going to check it, replace it. The filters, we're going to replace it just to make sure it's in top condition and reseal it on new vacuum and send it back to the customer.
And then for our North American customers, we at Brimstone are going to be offering a refurbishment program for your masks if they do end up being opened and then not used in an actual event. Thanks for coming out, Baron. It's been awesome to have you talk about this stuff.
It was a pleasure to be here, Simon. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to introduce this great product for North America.
Absolutely. You can find these products at brimstonefireprotection.com.